Lattafa Oud for glory. A wood lover must own for the greatness and the glory of his collection? Or not? Let's see. Hello YouTube, hello dear Fragmatics, welcome to another video. Today we take a look at Lattafa Bade'e al Oud Wood for Glory. Man, that's a long name. Someone at Lattafa had too much time to name this perfume. It's like that moment when you need to write an essay and you get to the last page and you just need a few more words to finish the page and you throw random words just to fill up something simple you could resume in a few words, you know. So, Lattafa Oud for Glory. It's similar to Oud for Greatness from Initio Parfums and gets a lot of hype because of that. And it's in the YouTube world considered the most close clone to Initio Oud for Glory. But as you know, on this channel I prefer not to follow the hype and to give you an honest review. So let's see how much is hype and how much is real. Okay, let's start with the presentation, which is really good, like most of Lattafa's perfumes. You get this black box, which has a fine texture to it. I cannot really describe it, but it feels really pleasant to the touch. You get this window with the gold frame, which adds to the elegance, making it feel really premium. And talking about premium, you really experience the premium feeling when you get inside to the bottle. Let me open it. And here is the beautiful bottle inside the box. Let me take it out. And before we throw away the box, I must tell you that you can repurpose this box to store watches or jewelry or something else. The bottle looks very good and feels high quality. As you can see, Lattafa went all in and copied not only the scent but also the bottle, which is not quite okay from their part, but let's excuse them. All the shining parts are from metal, and the bottle itself has a texture to it which almost feels like concrete or something related, and the same texture on the cap. It feels more like rubber. The cap is high quality, it's heavy, it's very good, and it doesn't stick into place, but it fits very well. So I think no, you don't pick your fragrance by the cap. And this is the atomizer, which is good in my opinion. So let's test it. It doesn't spray too far away, but it sprays a fine and wide mist, and it feels really good to the touch when you press it. Let's go to Fragmaticus. The main accords are warm spicy, oud, which is quite funny because, well, you will find it later, fresh spicy, patchouli, metallic, woody, musky, earthy, lavender, and leather. And now let's read the official notes and hope I can keep a straight face, because it's funny to me to read those notes because they don't quite match what you really smell in the fragrance. But anyway, let's read them. On the top you have saffron, nutmeg, and lavender. On the middle you have Agarwood and patchouli. And on the base you have Agarwood, you have patchouli again, and you have some musk. Okay, the notes are very good for presentation, but how it really smells? Well, like I said in the opening, it smells really close to Oud for Greatness from Initio Parfums, with Lattafa being a more straightforward version, without the richness you get from the original. You don't get the same power, the same panache the original has. Lattafa, it's more like a toned down version with some adjustments to some of the notes. If you expect a lot of oud from this one, let's say you will get at least mixed feelings, or in the worst case scenario, you will be disappointed. Now, when it comes to sweetness, you don't get also the same sweetness the original has. You don't get that sugary feel the original has. This one also has that sweet note, don't get me wrong, but the sugar, it's different. It has a different taste. Let's dive in and analyze the evolution of the scent profile. Like I said, it opens less complicated than the original, but it still has the same metallic and medicinal vibe the original has. When you first apply Oud for Glory, you'll get a blast of saffron and nutmeg with the lavender completely missing. Or in the best case scenario, it's a support note, because I cannot detect any lavender in the opening. Although I have some doubts, and these are only my doubts, I think part of the sweetness that you get in the opening, it also comes from the lavender, which mixes with the sweetness you get from the nutmeg to diversify a little bit the sweetness source. The saffron is quite powerful, contributes also to the sweetness of the fragrance, and stays for a really long time. Later, the saffron note will develop the leather note you start to pick up a few moments later into the opening, and also helps you to detect that Baccarat 540 vibe. You get the medicinal, also synthetic and westernized agarwood note, which in my opinion is accentuated by a heavy dose of patchouli. In the same time, if you try really hard, and I mean really hard, you can detect for a few moments a smoky incense accord, but this is just only for the opening. Now, it has to be said that Lattafa Oud for Glory has a sharp opening for 2 minutes, but also the original Wood for Greatness has a not ordinary opening also, so we can ignore this aspect in this case. Once you get to the middle, you feel the edges are starting to round up. The sweetness becomes more elegant and refined, and the leather note starts to take more space in the scent profile. You are starting to detect more and more the leather. Now, when it comes to agarwood, you don't get a lot. Let's say you get some agarwood, but it's more like a generic note, something which is not very strong and something acting like it's shy, like a not well-defined note. Although in the opening you get excited when you feel that medicinal smell from the agarwood, when you get to the middle notes you start to understand that you need to adjust your hopes. You realize that, like many other Middle Eastern perfumes, the oud is big only in their names and you cannot find it as big in the scent profile. Or to give you another example, it's like that hot girl you finally match on Tinder and you get to meet her in real life. And you realize that filters are not good for your mental health. On the other hand, you get a lot of patchouli, which is the main player here, and everything evolves around it. It's not as dark as it is in the original, making it more accessible to people who don't like patchouli. Once you get to the dry down, you still get the leather note, but it's not as powerful. Now, although on Fragmaticus the agarwood is listed also in the dry down, it's quite faint. And by quite faint, I mean it's a fugazi, it's a fugazi, it's a woozy, it's a wazi, it's fairy dust. It doesn't exist, it's no matter, it's not on the elemental chart, it's not fragrance real. Stay with me. So what do you get? In exchange you get some generic musk and some sweetness from the spices that gives you that Baccarat 540 vibe. Another aspect, people say that in the dry down, Lattafa Oud for Glory smells like Dior Elixir. And I get why they say that, but in the same time, I don't fully agree. Let me explain. To my nose, Bade'e al Oud smells like Lattafa mixed two of their creations. In the opening and the heart, you get a less concentrated, less powerful version of Lattafa Oud. And in the dry down, you get a less concentrated, less powerful version of Lattafa Asad, which is inspired by Dior Elixir. And that's why people say that Lattafa Bade'e al Oud smells like Dior Elixir in the dry down. But between Lattafa Asad and Dior Elixir, there are also some differences. So that's why I can't agree 100% with the statement. So if you extract some key parts, and I mean like key parts, yes, it kind of reminds you of Dior Elixir. To resume all the things I just said, Lattafa Bade'e al Oud, or Oud for Glory, it's a warm but also fresh fragrance. It's a spicy, leathery, almost woody synthetic fragrance for people who want to kind of experience what the original Oud for Greatness has to offer. It's a serious and mature fragrance that works well in a business environment or for everyday use for a gentleman that takes care of his image and has a formal dress code. It's a dark, mysterious and elegant fragrance who will get people interested in you, but don't expect only positive feedback. When it comes to oud, let's say it's complicated. It's like that sexy woman you dream about, you really like from your job. You'll never get a chance, but she will play with your mind to make you think that one day you'll have a hope. You know her. Back to the fragrance. It's a patchouli based fragrance, genetically modified to mimic Agarwood, and it offers a good bargain for the price. Let's address the performance of this fragrance. In good conditions you can get 7 to 8 hours with average sillage. Don't be shy with the atomizer. I know it's a heavy scent, but you can be aggressive when you apply it. From my experience, it works and develops better on the skin than it does on the clothes. When it comes to seasons, this is a cold season fragrance, and it works better on the nighttime due to the spicy, woody and earthy scent profile. When you can apply this is definitely a formal fragrance. I don't recommend it for a date or cuddling time because it can be polarizing if applied in non-optimal conditions or quantities. This is not a sport fragrance and this is not a summer fragrance either. When it comes to age, you need to be at least 25 years in my opinion, for a better match between your age and the scent profile. Now, who can wear this? This is a manly fragrance. There is no go around it. Sorry ladies. Now, if you are a woman and you still like this scent profile, my advice is just go for it. Just go for it, there is no one stopping you. But be careful. Apply it in cold weather and also go easy with the sprayer. Is Lattafa Bade'e al Oud Oud for Glory a safe blind buy? For a man that likes strong fragrances, I'd say it is, especially if you like Lattafa Oud and Lattafa Asad. You will definitely love this one. It's not redundant to have them all because you can find different use cases for each of them. Although you don't get much wood in this fragrance, I mean almost you don't get at all, you get that genetically modified patchouli to mimic the Agarwood. As it stands, for the scent profile and the price, it's a good choice to consider. For sure you'll get some compliments with this fragrance, but don't expect to be a panty dropper. If you expect a one-to-one clone to Wood for Greatness from Initio Parfums, just buy the original. Remember that woman from your job that gives you hopes? It's the same. Now, overall, for the price and the scent profile, it's a good chippy to buy, but it's not a must-own for your collection. For a price between 25 and 35 euros, don't expect to get a niche quality fragrance or a one-to-one clone to the original. You need to be realistic about it. But you still get a fragrance, a scent profile, which is a good bargain for the price you paid. And that's all for today, dear Fragmatics. I want to say a big thank you to all my current subscribers for the support. And if you are new here and it's your first time and you watch this video until the end, it means that I'm doing something good, something you like, something useful for you. So I will invite you to subscribe to join the family. To all of you, if you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up and also please give me your feedback in the comments. I'm really happy every time I get a new comment and I get the chance to interact with you, my viewers, to change ideas or to get ideas from you or to clarify things I missed in my videos. That's all for today. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again for being here. And until next time, take care. Bye.